Greetings once again from the mighty Toad Cam. I am surprised at how many of my visitors, both to the blog and to the YouTube, come from the Russian Federation. Здравствуйте, как поживете? How are things going over there in Russia? Clearly something that is being expressed here has some value for people over there. I'm not sure. Maybe the NLP of Eastern Europe is branching off and becoming its own thing with its own energies and its own practices and its own beliefs. I don't know, but something's afoot, and it looks like it's a foot to the east, and we have a foot to the west in the Anglo-American style of NLP, and that seems to be filled with its own rambunctiousness and tensions and turfinesses as we speak also today. I see quite a bit of very almost acrimonious, but at least we would call it vigorous debate going on in the different NLP communities. What I don't see, and what I'd like to see more of, is clear expressions of what people are doing, what people are believing, what changes they're putting into effect, how this is altering and causing their trainings to grow and change, and what personal change is taking place. So if you're doing it, share it. Let us know what's happening. Give us some idea of what you're doing, what you've discovered. The more stuff that gets out there into the public sphere, the better. Today I am going to speak a little more about this idea of meta-beliefs, which are your beliefs about your beliefs. I have a belief, and I have a belief that meta-belief work is perhaps at the most fundamental level of what's going on with NLP. NLP is about how we relate to our beliefs. Some people say NLP is modeling full stop. I don't see a tremendous amount of evidence for that. I think modeling is an interesting component of NLP, but I do not think that modeling is NLP. I don't even think that modeling is the dominant or the major or most significant part of NLP. It is one of many significant potential areas of practice of NLP. But no, I don't think it is NLP. I think what NLP is about, if NLP is anything, full stop, either you're doing this or you're not doing it. If you're doing NLP, you've got to be doing that, and that is meta-belief work. Meta-beliefs, okay? And that is, get a grip on the concept of meta-beliefs. This means you, okay? Meta-beliefs are at the very core of change work. Meta-beliefs are at the very core of identity. I think meta-beliefs are at the very core of how cultures differ from each other. I think meta-beliefs are the key difference. If there was one key, precise, describable trait difference that distinguished, if you want to be very blunt about it, the winners and the losers in life. If you said, and I know that's a very mean, rough, overly crisp logic. Winners, losers. You know, it's not nearly as simple as that. Somebody can be a winner in one domain and not so good in another domain. Somebody can be awesome here, not so great there. But I think there is a key conceptual difference. The key conceptual difference is this: the difference between the proactive mind and the reactive mind, okay? The reactive mind, I think, has this as a fundamental belief and a fundamental attribute of the reactive mind. It believes that shit happens. That's a fundamental belief of the reactive thinking and the reactive mind. The reactive mind believes in predeterminism or fatalism, that things are predetermined or fated to be a certain way. Okay? The reactive mind also believes that the universe resists change, or maybe the universe doesn't want change, or change is not a good thing. On the other hand, the proactive mind, okay, believes that I direct the flow and structure of my thoughts, okay? The proactive mind believes that the mind itself can reprogram itself, and the kind of thoughts and the kind of beliefs one has today can be exchanged or modified or upgraded for new beliefs that cause the mind to operate in a different way, and that turns into the real world consequence that events can be shaped. Okay, so look at that for a second. Proactive and reactive. The difference between the proactive mind and the reactive mind is the most fundamental distinction that takes place at the meta-belief level. And as we know, meta-beliefs shape the underlying belief structure. So if you have, even unconsciously, deeply out of sight, or you've never even thought about it, meta-beliefs that are rigidifying, meta-beliefs that insist on only one perspective, meta-beliefs that insist on you've got to go about your believing in such a way that there's a fixed world and you have a fixed place in it and only fixed outcomes are possible. Those are very rigid, fixed, meta-beliefy things, or that the identity is fixed, or the relationship between people is fixed or carved in stone somewhere in hieroglyphics on the Rosetta Stone, and you can go see it in the British Museum and take rubbings home with you and put them on your wall and sit there and make little burnt offerings to the inflexible nature of the eternal universe. Okay, that is sort of a meta-belief headspace. Other meta-beliefs are much more flexible and much more dynamic, and other meta-beliefs allow for a great deal of positive change because they say, sure, beliefs are the result of certain experiences, and beliefs are the result of certain cultures, and beliefs are a result of certain, perhaps even structural attributes of particular brains tend to perceive the world in certain ways, and we form beliefs as a result of that. But those are mutable, and those are changeable. And by, say, taking on the intense practice of NLP, we can undergo very significant changes in our meta-beliefs, which I think is a lot of what Milton Erickson was going to do. Take some of them very rigid, very inflexible, can only see things a certain way, and give them some amazing hypnotic suggestion that caused them to experience a world, or the world, in a way that wasn't really possible or conceivable from their previous belief structure. And so really, when they were confronted with a sensory evidence that disagreed with or diverged from or did not support their previous belief structure, their belief structure would start to change. And I think that's why he got such great therapeutic leverage from the minimal possible input could produce the maximal possible output because he was working at the belief level. So, once more, the key distinction, the number one key distinction is proactive thinking versus reactive thinking, okay? And so we will revisit that and we will go into that at greater length. But that's after we've gotten through all this chunking work. There's been an awful lot of stuff of chunking up and chunking down, which is one meta-program area that I've been just pounding away on for very, very good reasons. And the next thing I'll probably go into is this very important split between proactive and reactive thinking and how we are generating our universes at the meta-belief level. Okay, use it or lose it, dude. Spokojnej noche.